All right, people, what the hell is going on? Just talking here, and today, I'm all in my face, god damn it. Today, let's talk stocks. We're gonna talk about some money today, so I'm gonna catch y'all back just in a second. All right, so we're going to talk about the stock market. It is hot out here, so I don't have no shirt on. I'm in Houston, Texas. So, and it's, y'all can't see the sky, so, but it's 7 o'clock, and it's just now starting to cool off, and it's a lot cooler outside than it is in my house, so I probably should have been out here the whole time anyway. Anywho, let's talk about stocks and I want to talk about why this whole AMC, GameStop Part 2, this whole short squeeze, gamma squeeze, whatever the hell stuff is going on. And I know people going to be scrounging around looking at shit, and somebody just might catch this video because I'm going to tag the hell out of it. But anyway, this is for folks, man. My warning to everybody is be careful. Be extremely careful dealing with this whole AMC thing we got going on now. Not saying I ain't in it. Not saying that. I'm just saying be careful. You know, I got some money and I just bought into it. So, and it's just Monday of what's this, June 12th or some shit? I don't know. I don't know days. You know, so I'm in it. I got my cost basis is like $50 or something like that. You know, I bought in at 38, but I ended up at 52 because, you know, you got to wait 2 days for shit to clear before you have money to invest and all that other stuff. So yeah, you know, I ain't got the low price like everybody else. Anyway, keep shit simple. I just wanted to come on here and tell people to be careful about this shit because everybody telling you the whole, and if you don't know no better, you probably shouldn't have put your money in the stock game at all. I'll tell you that right now. I started investing last year, a little bit after this time, right after the stock market crash is why I started investing. So I do not know what a normal stock market look like. I do not. I tell you that right now. I do not know what a normal stock market looks like. I got into it right after the crash, and I had to deal with everything that comes along with that all the way up until now. Ain't nothing been normal. And I made some money, even though I was somewhat of a beginner. I'm 45. Somewhere in my 20s, I remember buying some Continental and some Ford stock. When this online trading thing first fucking started, like E-Trade or some shit way long ass fucking time ago. I don't even know where them accounts is. I got some Ford stock floating around somewhere. I have no idea. But it's that was back, you know, you get the email and they tell you the proxy shit in the email. When I started investing, they sent that big ass pamphlet to your house. That's how long it's been. I used to get them big ass pamphlets from Ford and Mad Cats and shit. You know, yeah, just like, really, I gotta read all this shit. So, yeah, but I didn't stick with it. I probably should have. I'd be a whole lot better off than I am now if I probably have. But you probably shouldn't have put your money in the game when I watch these videos, because you watch the YouTube videos and everybody's regurgitating the same information all over again. I got common sense. I get a sense that when I'm watching these YouTube videos, is that I'm watching a YouTube video of somebody regurgitating information that they got from another YouTube video. You know, it's just like, that sounds exactly like what I just heard 2 or 3 videos ago. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing when you hear somebody explaining some shit that, you know, especially when they start talking about the technicals and stuff, and then you got somebody just get on here and just start saying shit. I'm like, that sounds like some shit I would say, because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And motherfuckers using this shit for views, so, and everybody's telling you the whole, and in theory, that shit should work. You still got people on here talking about, was that a week ago? It seemed like a long ass time ago with the way this shit going, to where everybody was talking about 100K. Well, first of all, I'm not an economist or whatever the fuck. That just don't fucking make sense. You know what I'm saying? You know, of all, they're talking about, man, they can go to 100,000. AMC to 100,000, 100K. You know, of all the internet prowling and stuff I've been doing, if that was possible, because they talking about theoretically, but if it was anywhere close to being possible, it would have been some instance of some shit being, like, I haven't seen anything where anything was priced over Amazon. That's the most expensive stock I know right now. It's $3,000 something. I haven't heard nothing in the past where there was a stock, and it probably was, though, you know what I'm saying? Well, there was a stock price or some shit of a stock that was $5,000, $10,000 or some shit like that. I've yet to hear a story of that. That's kind of stuff always pops up. Anytime you have anything in repeating history, they always bring somewhere, somebody is bringing up something close to it that's happened. Nobody's ever brought up a stock price or anything being $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a share. Nobody's ever. I haven't heard it. People are always citing shit, but I haven't heard that cited. You know. And then that came down to where they was like, man, yeah, man, but they could get $2,000 a share, man. It's you know, we hold, and the squeeze, and blah blah blah. It could be this week, it could be next week. Yeah, well, shit, it's already next week. This week is next week. We still in the 50s. I don't expect for the price to shoot up. I've been used to seeing that shit, though. It wouldn't shock me at all. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't shock me at all. I hopped in that fucking when I hopped in the AMC, I hopped in at $38. I hopped in at $38. It was either that day or the next day that shit was up to 72. It ain't the first time that shit didn't happen. I've had it happen on a bunch of stocks of mine. You know? So, but you can't expect that. But that's the market that I've been in the last year. That's the only stock market I know. It is. It's the only fucking stock market I know. So when somebody say, something surged 10%, I'm like, so? So? 10% ain't shit. Not for what I'm used to. You know? But yeah, be careful, man. That's my whole thing. Have an exit strategy. Hop on online, or hop on YouTube. Find somebody that's talking about shit practically. Not that something is gonna hit $100,000, which is just fucking stupid, because I'm like, at that point, if it hit $100,000, how the fuck would you even, how would you get your money? You know what I'm saying? If you put in the money that you got, everybody put in the money they got, everybody sold out at the same time at $90,000 or $100,000. How the fuck would that get paid out? I don't even know how many billions or trillions of dollars that would be. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. Well, let me see. It's like 4 million something holders, 500 million shares at 100. I don't know. That is, how would that would cause a whole lot more problems to where that little couple of $1 million that you probably would have got would probably only in about a year would probably only be worth like 20 grand or some shit like that. That's probably where shit is heading now anyway. Being a millionaire ain't what it used to be. still gotta go to work, bro. You just, you do. You still gotta go to work. Unless you figure out a way to put that money up. You got $2-3 million, right? You finna sit up for the rest of your life and just dwindle that money till it's down to zero. Nah, man. Smart thing to do is take half of that money and invest it in the Walgreens or some shit like that, to where you pulling in $50,000-$60,000 a year in just living money. You know what I'm saying? 50, 60, 70, sometimes even $100,000 just in dividends. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother damn thing. If I won the lottery, that's exactly what the fuck I would do. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. Have a goddamn exit strategy. Think about that shit now. When that price starts, if it shoots up, you know, and you gotta watch this shit, because you gotta be like the motherfuckers that do the live streams. You know, they live stream the whole fucking market. Fuck, sister, watch that shit. I don't know. Well, you know, live stream the whole fucking market. They just watch that line creep across the goddamn shit. 8 hours, just watch that line do whatever it's gonna do all the way across the goddamn screen. Nah, man. But if you want to get out at the right time, that's probably what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to watch this shit like a hawk. Because once the price shoots up, if it shoots up, and you got, and that's talking about people in my range, around the $50 range. Once it shoots up, it gets over $100. All the people talking all that shit about 2,000 and all this other shit, watch that goddamn price gonna come crashing right the fuck down. You know, at 100%, if it hits 100, I hold it. I'm holding it. If it hits 100, I'm taking half my money out. Well, yeah, I'm taking half my money out, because at that point, that's my position. I'm taking that out. You know what I'm saying? After that, it's play money. Do what you want with it. I got about 3 or 4 stocks that ain't nothing but play money. I took my stock, BNGO is one of them, Orbital Energy, and OZSC. I don't worry about those stocks. And I think Planet 13 is one of them too, to where those are like some of the biggest positions I got in one of my portfolios, and I already took my profits out of that. I done took the initial investment out, so whatever they do, I don't care. They shoot up, I take a little bit more profit off of it. I stick it into another goddamn investment so it can do the same thing. Have your goddamn exit strategy. Don't sit here listening to motherfuckers about ho ho ho. Ho ho ho! You know what's gonna happen when if they doing what they telling you to do, if they buying dips and holding, well, fuck. When you reach your price target and you sell to take your investment back, well, shit, one of them should be on the other side to buy those. I live right by a freeway. You know, should be there to take that sale. So it shouldn't hurt none. If they buying, like they say they buying, that means they would have bought what you just sold. So we right back where we started. That's common sense. That ain't stock market sense. They not the same. They not the same. Have a fucking exit strategy. If you keep buying in, that's fine. As long as that price keep moving up. After a certain retracement, it's like, you can't worry about that shit, because you can't bail the first time it turned red. We all know that. Else I would have sold out when it hit when it went back down to 40, because that was way under my goddamn price. $10 under my price, my little cost basis. Like, oh shit, oh my god! At that point, I was in the red. If you go that day or those couple days, if you'd have went to my portfolio and looked at that shit, my AMC would have been in the red. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta be like I said, this is the only stock market I know. I'm used to that. You know, I'm used to that. The little swings ain't gonna bother me none. Put money, like I say, don't put no money in there. You ain't willing to. They say, I say willing to lose. They motherfuckers say, well, you ain't willing to throw away. Nah, I ain't throwing shit away. It might end up gone, but I damn shit didn't throw it away. I'd rather say I lost it. Throwing away just means fuck it. I don't give a fuck. If you lose it, at least you gave a damn. Ain't nobody going in here just to throw goddamn money away. They be saying shit just to cover their ass. I'm not a financial advisor, but you spend a whole goddamn video, 30 minutes, giving financial advice. I mean, if that would that even hold up in court? If you be like, look, I said I wasn't a financial advisor and all this other stuff, and then you got a whole fucking channel of financial advice, and you got products and people paying you for financial advice with your Patreons and your fucking other little services and private groups and shit y'all got that people got to pay for. That ain't financial advice. I don't know what the fuck is. Yeah, but you know, that was my whole thing. I was cover your ass, people. Have your exit strategy. If you put in your money around this time that the price it is now, make sure that at $100 or somewhere around that, because you should at least be holding to that, unless some news come out that just fuck shit up. You should be at least holding to $100. You know, if you any kind of goddamn investor. At that point, you done doubled your money. You know what I'm saying? You done doubled your money. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. You put your money in, you look in your shit, you done invested 4,000, you look in there, now it's 8. You take 4 out or 3. You know what I'm saying? Take 3 or 4 out. That's what the fuck I did before the last correction. I put some money in the CCIV. I put money in the CCIV. And yeah, that shit shot the fuck up. I wasn't even paying no attention to that stuff. I look up one day, it was $60. I had like 30 grand, man. Well, I ain't gonna say, yeah, was it 30? I don't know, man. It wasn't 30. I don't know what the fuck it was. It was, I want to say 30 grand, but it wasn't that much. It was a lot. Just put it like that. And I remember I went and I took $6,000. I went and I took $6,000 out. I took $6,000 of the profit out. I said, well, I'm gonna take that. And you know what happened the next day? That correction earlier this year happened. I took that money out. That correction earlier this year happened, and that shit dropped down into the negative like it wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's in the positive now. It's like up like 18% or something like that. So, and it's a decent size. It's about the normal size of all the rest of my investments. But if I hadn't took that $6,000 out, it would have been gone. You know what I'm saying? So have your fucking exit strategy. You know, take your profits. You know, scale that shit out. If something happened and it dipped and you want to buy back, put some more money into it if it's still running up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't gonna hurt. It'll add to the little money that you're gonna get if it's still steady running up. But you don't want to lose every goddamn thing. Because when that shit drop, you know what I'm saying? You know, that shit right here, that little climb, and when it drop like that. Ain't no time for shit to go through for you to be in your phone or on your laptop doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Nope. And ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? By the time you get the order in, the price would have been dropped another 50 goddamn bucks or however much. Nah. Hey, dude. Have your exit strategy. That's all I got. I got mine. You know what I'm saying? It ain't perfectly ironed out yet. But from the position I got right now, $100, I done doubled my money. Fundamentals say you take your investment back. That's what the fundamentals say. Once you hit your price target, you take your money out. At this point, that'll be like $4 grand, because that's about what I got invested in AMC right now. I got 6 to 8 shares. That shit hit $100, I'm taking that $4 grand right the fuck out. Y'all can do what the hell else you want with that, as long as it don't fucking crash. You know, because whatever I snatch out of that is gonna be profit. You know, you want to give shit time to do what it's gonna do, but you got to be prudent about stuff. You can't be greedy. They had one dude was talking about, well, you know, once you get to a certain point, you take 10%. If it rises up to another point, you take 20%. or some shit. It's some shit like that. That's if it does that. That's if it does that. No guarantee. Nobody knows. Everybody's talking, but don't nobody know shit. Well, that's the stock market. You don't fucking know. You know, you can predict shit like I do. I go over YouTube, and if I see enough people talking about the same shit, then, you know, I can go along with it. I'm like, okay, well, I heard such and such saying the same thing, and I heard such and such saying the same thing. And, you know, if I believe that same thing, that might be something I consider. I got a whole bunch of stocks like that. What's that? Chris Saint. You know, you go through his portfolio, man, look, I ain't saying I can pick stocks like Chris Saint. I can't. I don't have his technical knowledge. I just started investing this year. He been doing this shit for I don't know how long. But it makes me feel good, at least to a certain degree, to know when he started going through the portfolio, yelling out these stocks that he recommend, all those are stocks that I've had. You know what I'm saying? I either got them or I had them. You know, except for a couple, it's just certain stuff I have to have somewhat of an interest in the stocks. I'll be wanting to get rid of it. If I don't have no interest in it, I have to get over that. That's just one of my things. But yeah, I'm like, I had Neo. I had Neo when it was fucking like $7. You know, I had Neo when it was like $7, man. It's a bunch of those stocks. All right, Senseonics is a stock that people talk about now. I had Senseonics when it was like 50 cents. And you know, like I said, I'm learning. I had all them stocks. At the time, they wasn't doing shit. I looked up one day, Neo was like $20. Then I looked up another day, it was 30. And I looked up another day, it was fucking 50. 50 goddamn dollars. I had this shit at $7. I had it. I was holding it for a while. It wasn't doing shit. Matter of fact, it had dipped. I wouldn't have bought the dip mode back then. I wouldn't have bought the dip mode. I hadn't got that part of stock market knowledge yet. And plus, Neo wasn't where it was now, you know, as far as common knowledge. Unless you just in the game, you know. I'm not in the game like that. But I had all the shit I had. There's a whole bunch of stocks I can't think up on the top of my head right now that I had when it was down here. I had Uber at like $15. It's $50-something a share now. Starbucks I had when it was under 20. DraftKings I had when it was under 20. I had all of those at the same fucking time in my I forget which portfolio it was, but I had all of those at the same fucking time. You know, I mean, I'm learning. I mean, you learn, and them just the ones I can think of. There's been a bunch more that I've had that done blew the fuck up, you know, or recovered. Cause I remember I was looking, I wouldn't even have taken all my stuff off of Webull, cause I'm on Charles Schwab now. And I just remember I'm sitting there and I'm looking at Ford and AMC. I'm just looking at them. Ford was like $4. I think it's like 15 now. It's a slow move, but you know, that's something you probably would want to get. Hey, $4. And what else was down there? Right below Ford, right at the bottom of that list, was AMC. $2 or like 15 cents. I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, but see, it wasn't like it was now. That was right in the middle of where there wasn't no vaccine, there wasn't none of that shit back then. You know what I'm saying? It was still middle of the fucking lockdown. Couldn't go nowhere, no way. Why would I put money into a movie theater that at that time that I saw it was probably going to end up closing. You know what I'm saying? It's probably going to end up closing. It's a bunch of Carnival Cruise Lines. I had Carnival Cruise Lines at like $12, man. That was a long time. That was probably this time last year. I had Carnival Cruise Lines at like $12. Hell, that shit for so long. that shit started going up. So but it kept going up and down. It went up $20-something and it went back down to 10, up to 18, down to 11. I'm like, back then, I didn't know about buying the dip and all that other shit. I still have a short-term thing, mentality on stocks. Something you got to get rid of. You know, I just got to the point around tax season this year where I'm like, okay, I got to hold these fucking stocks. You know what I'm saying? I got to hold these stocks. All that is planning. The same way I'm talking about the exercise. You got to plan this shit. This is for the beginner people like me. This ain't for you educated motherfuckers who've been doing this shit for 10 years. I'm trying to tell motherfuckers on my level. If you've been doing this shit, you already know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know, if you hadn't been doing this shit, listen what the fuck I just said. You listen to these people, you form your own goddamn opinions. Because I do. Because I've gone through like 3 or 4 different investment strategies over the last year. All the shit I just told you that I had, if I'd have held those stocks, I'd have been sitting around over here at like $500,000 in profit. In profit. When I only started with like 30. You know where I'm sitting at now? Not in $500,000 in profit. I tell you that. Oh man, I'm choking. Not that much. I'm sitting around here wishing I had a time machine. Shit. I got more than what I started with. I tell you that. As far as the stock market, what I started investing with, and my total amount of money that I have total, I got more now than I had last year. And I don't have a job. I don't work. So that just tells you I did learn something. I got more money now than I had last year at this time. You know, even though I took all those L's, I have to sit and think because I just had to sell off a bunch of positions. They got hit with that last correction. They're just not gonna fucking recover. They not the kind of companies that's fine as long as everything is going good. But once that thing hit, boom, I'm down like 80, 90% in one of them motherfuckers. I had to cut my losses, man. I had to take that little bit of money because, I mean, after like 3-4 months, they ain't moved. I mean, it's just like, man, if anything, it kept going down. And I still got a couple of them like that. But, I mean, the deficit is just too big to just sell in the red. You have to get through that. Sometimes you get something where you down 75, 80%. That's fine for a big company, like for one of them big oil companies that I made some money on that was selling at like 5 cents a share. I bought into that. I put like $3,000-$4,000 in that shit, and it jumped up to like 8 cents a share. Well, y'all know how math works. You know what I'm saying? And it got up to like 12 cents a share, and it stopped moving, and it started going back down. So I just, I snatched, I took myself out of position because, man, it used to being greedy. It wasn't gonna go up no higher than that. Take my little profit, little 12,000 that I made off of that. Well, I think I only made 8 because I lost a lot because, time. But it was a profit. But anyway, that's all I want to say, man. Have a plan. Out of all this shit, learn from everything that's going on. The last year in the stock market has just been full of this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? It might be exciting like this all the time. I doubt it. But it also created some it created some opportunities and stuff that I didn't really know about, that I didn't know to look out for. Now I know to look out now. Now they talking about a fucking another 8 to 10% correction. Last time they said 8 to 10% correction, and a bunch of my goddamn stocks end up down 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 goddamn percent. That's a little bit more than fucking 8 to 10% correction. That's a lot more than the goddamn fucking. I'm like, well, I don't know where that goddamn percent come from. Y'all math ain't working out like mine. It's only certain kind of companies that don't get really moved by that shit. And they damn sure wasn't them little companies I had my money into. So I had to just bounce out of all of those, and I had to sell at a loss just to be able to take that money and put it into something that's gonna move. because it ain't doing me no good sitting in, you know, just steadily getting more deeper and deeper into the red. I said, fuck it, I just got to start over. I think it was at least 7,000 that I lost. I had to sell it. I had to sell at a loss. Just like, I ain't think about it. I was just couldn't even think about it. And I still got 2, 3 in my that's deep in the red, but I can't sell those. I can't sell those. It's just you can't just sell out every goddamn. There's certain ones that you just okay. Well, this one I gotta keep. That at least that has some long-term potential. It has a catalyst. You know what I'm saying? The other ones didn't have no catalyst, no nothing to look forward to that will move the price. At least with the ones that I got now, there's catalyst. You know what I'm saying? There's something that the business is doing that once accomplished is going to manipulate that price in the right direction. So, and that's for all the other shit. The popular stuff that I had too. Palantir is one of the motherfuckers. I had Palantir. That's a big ass position of mine. It's still down 25 goddamn percent. You got 25%. Oh my goddamn. What kind of goddamn correction? What were y'all correcting? You know, I'm still waiting on that. I'm like, when the fuck did I buy this the way it's still down to? I have to look, because, you know, I lose track of when I bought stocks and shit, what the price of fuck whatever. I buy some shit that's supposed to be stable. And the first thing is, nope. It's a stock market for you, man. It's risk management, and you're going to learn. So my phone is going to probably splice this, because, you know, a phone can only record for a certain amount of time before it cut the video, because past a certain time is considered a camcorder, and camcorders are they're taxed differently. That's some kind of business stuff. Phones and camcorders are taxed differently. I don't know why, but if a phone records for more than like 25, 30 minutes, it's considered a camcorder, and it costs more to ship and tax and all this other stuff. It's stupid ass shit. So I'm finna get up out of here, go back in the house, because bugs are starting to actually fly on me now. Get off me. One is crawling on me now, but I'm gonna be a G and not move. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Just talking.